Yo. LYNX Live. Pardon me. I'm your host, Dame LYNX. Remember, love yourself, no exceptions. As always, I'm having such a good time with y'all. So, before we get out of here, you know, we always got to keep it PC. You know what I'm saying? Keep it pop culture. And I haven't done church announcements in a minute. You know, I haven't talked my shit since last year. You know, every year I always got to give a little speech. And, you know, I just kind of wanted to just kind of talk about, like, as we grow and evolve as people, our route may change. Things that we desire may change. Things that we experience may change. And I think that it's important to set boundaries for yourself. And as you move forward in life, you decide what you will and will not deal with. You know what I'm saying? Come here, Blue. Blue, get up there where you're supposed to be. I've been trying to get Blue to sit on it. Get up there. Get up there so we can record. He just decided he just want to quit. All right. As you move forward, you got to decide what you will and will not deal with. And for me, the biggest thing that I'm like no longer fucking with is just any fake shit. Like, I'm done with the fake shit. I'm done with the schmoozing. I'm done kissing ass if it ain't really profiting me in some type of way. And I'm definitely not degrading myself. I just don't want motherfuckers around me that can't keep it real. Don't hit me on no fake shit. Don't be with no fake shit. Like, keep it 100. And it's really just shaped what I make time for. I just don't have a lot of time for things that I feel are disingenuous or not genuine, whatever the word is. You know, look, I'm hitting my shit. Don't talk. Look, anything that feels fake to me, I'm just not fooling with it. And I'm also just doing things on my time. I'm using my time how I want to use my time. And I think that that's important. I think that boundaries are important. I think that as we grow, we evolve. I hate to just admit it, but a lot of times our friends just have to I can't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? I think that the importance of every relationship is giving people grace and understanding at times. And I think there are times when you really just got to lock in and focus on what you got going on. You just got to be selfish. And you also got to hear people when they're telling you how they're feeling and what they're going through. And you can't change that. You just have to accept it for what it is. You know, recently, you guys know I moved to the DMV a couple of years ago. And one of the things that everybody warned me about the culture up here is just the pretentious nature of the people. And I understand pretentiousness. You know, a lot of people think Atlanta is very pretentious. I think the difference between here and there is that up here is very rightfully so. I think that for me, I just kind of don't understand people who, you know, are in no space to really judge you. They take that time to like really judge you, and they have no clue what your story is, what it is that you're going through. And I just think that I've worked hard to kind of move myself away from anyone that has that type of nature. And I just, you know, I know that we all as humans judge people. Like, we all judge people. But I think that at some point there's a point where the shit is just rude. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, as I'm moving forward, I'm just taking more time to focus on what's true and what's not true, but also just creating boundaries in space. You know what I'm saying? And just continuing to evolve. I'm about to be 41. I can't keep playing a lot of games that I used to play. And I think I've stopped playing games a long time ago, but I also think moving forward, my decisions have to be very authentic. And I only want to surround myself with authenticity, people that I can trust. Because trust is important. So let me know what you guys think. All right, so look, quarter one just wrapped. We're like midway through quarter two. Yeah, it's May now. So we're almost midway through quarter two. And let's talk a little bit about some of the drops. All right. So as far as quarter one, here's what you missed as far as what I saw. And quarter one didn't have a lot of music that I feel like is going to stick with me. I don't think I've heard any projects that I'm just probably going to be listening to next year. Lil Baby kicked the year off with Wham. Drake and Party Next Door gave us Sexy Songs for You. Duran Bernard gave us Bloom. Love Duran's voice. Definitely check that one out. My boy St. John gave us Festival Season. I didn't really like this one as much as previous projects. K-Camp gave us Built Different. I love K-Camp. K-Camp can do no wrong. All of his albums, he's a vibe. So I was happy for that one. Odea gave us Lustropolis, and I don't think that's his name. I think I typed the name wrong in here, but he has this song called Stuck with Summer Walker. Well, his project Lustropolis dropped at the end of last year, but I've been wearing it out first quarter. So I think a lot of things from quarter 4 of 2024 have trickled over into my rotation still for this year, because when I was looking through like what I've been playing this year, I didn't see a lot of quarter 1 music for me. Tate McRae gave us So Close to What. Nardo Wick gave us Wick. Nardo Wick dropped Wick, his second project, I believe. Friday dropped Some Days I'm Good, Some Days I'm Not. I listened to that a couple times. It was cool. Jacquees and Dej Loaf dropped a mixtape called Fuck a Friend Zone. I didn't listen to that, and I typically listen to Jacquees stuff. I'm just not a Dej Loaf fan for real, especially since everybody thinks Coi Leray stole her style, and Coi Leray did not. Coi Leray is very versatile. So the group They dropped Love Jones back in February for Valentine's Day. Ariana Grande gave us the deluxe of Eternal Sunshine, and I did not like it, which was surprising to me because I usually like Ariana's stuff. Even Eternal Sunshine, I didn't like it at first, but it's now become one of my favorite like projects. So, but I didn't like it. I haven't revisited it since. I think I only really liked one song on there. And then Mario gave us Glad You Came. Make sure you check that out. Mario sounds great on that album. All right, singles. Lil Nas X gave us a slew of singles. My favorite of his singles is Hot Box. He was releasing these ahead of his next project. We haven't gotten it yet. I thought we were going to have it by summer. So I don't know. Hopefully he's dropping that this month. JT Ran Out. Favorite single of the year so far. Favorite like outside single of the year so far. Besides Flip a T, Affirmations. Okay, play them two together. Cardi B and Partisan Fontaine. I told y'all I really like that record. Toot That. I don't think that it did what it's supposed to do. I don't think it did what it could have done. But I don't really know what Cardi has going on. However, Toot That was one of my favorites so far for quarter 1. Summer Walker, Heart of a Woman. You know, the thing with Summer Walker, as much as I love her, I'm not a fan of her singles, or let me put it this way. I don't really want to hear singles from Summer Walker. I want to hear like full projects. So, but I'm gonna mention Heart of a Woman because y'all loved it. Rima, Is It a Crime? Afrobeats, International Flow. Rima sampled Is It a Crime by Sade, and normally that would be totally offensive, but he ate it up. That's probably my number 1 favorite single of quarter 1 from this year so far. Chris Brown Residuals just just grew legs first quarter. So you got, even though 11:11 has been out 2 years, Chris Brown Residuals just blew up, shot up out of nowhere first quarter. So we got to recognize that one. And I have Tyler's Push to Start on repeat. That's my favorite song of the summer. That and Lil Nas X Hot Box. Those are my summer records. And then JT Ran Out when I get to the club. So like I'm listening to Push to Start, Hot Box on the way to the club. When I get to the club, Ran Out needs to drop as soon as I walk up in there. And then another song I just love, Savannah Christina, beautiful voice. She dropped the song Worthy of Love. Ooh, that she ate that record up. Anyway, quarter 2 is here. You know, we've already got Carrie, Coco, and Dustin Conrad. So we're gonna see what quarter two has to do, and quarter 3, because we're almost at quarter 3. All right, that's gonna be it for LYNX Live. I'm your host, Dame LYNX. Remember, love yourself. No exceptions. Remember, go ahead and share, comment, subscribe, all that stuff like that. I do have a cool kid of the week this week. And I know last time I gave it to Coco Jones. Well, I'm gonna give it to her again because she performed Taste live at the Terrell Show. And Taste has just grown on me. I did not really care for that song at first, but I love it. Shout out to Coco Jones. Look, that's it. LYNX Live. Remember, love yourself, no exceptions. I'm your host, Dame LYNX, and I'll see you next time.
Okay.